his utterances, he is clearly articulating a position that says Tobago must hate Trinidad and we must secede. Mm-hmm. And we have grown over the years since we were put together in 1898 as a union. And all the way to now, we have grown together as Trinidad and Tobago, one nation, under independence in 1962 and republicanism in 1976. And we have maintained that relationship. We have even found ways to strengthen it by creating the Tobago House of Assembly in 1980 and even giving it a little more teeth in 1996. And we are about to give it some more autonomy in 2021, but that was stopped again by one man, Watson Duke, who said, I don't want no chief secretary nonsense. I want to be Prime Minister of Tobago. And these are the issues Tobagonians must consider when going forward. Do we really want to be apart from our brothers and sisters in Trinidad? We love our brothers and sisters in Trinidad. In fact, we are all family. You have family in Tobago, and I'm sure I know I have family in Trinidad, and that is how the relationship is. If I feel a little stress, I could jump a boat and go down to Trinidad, jump a plane, and the same thing for Trinidadians. They can simply jump a plane and come over to Tobago and relax. But this man is saying, we want to secede, we want to end that relationship because I have my personal ambitions, and he doesn't care about the lives that would affect. Because I'm talking to my seniors this morning, my seniors who depend on their old age pension and their NIS. If a situation like that is to come, right away you lose your pension and NIS benefits that is provided by the central government of Trinidad and Tobago to the public servants who would have given yeoman service to this country and are moving up in the ranks. They would automatically have to start from scratch because you are now a new nation. You are independent of Trinidad, and all those services you would have given would go down in the drain. We are talking about all our young scholars who are now preparing to educate and advance themselves. You would no longer have the benefit of enjoying GATE that gives you free tertiary education that you can attend UWE. And in fact, if you are to go to UWE in Trinidad, the rate would be higher. You would have to now pay as a CARICOM person rather than as a national. And these are the considerations, these are the things that we as Tobagonians must understand that is in front of us. So it's not simple about getting a drink and getting some food on the block and a man coming along and trying to play football. I never seen him on a football field yet. And I'm a footballer. You know, so these things is not about the gallery and the gimmick. These are serious issues that are in front of us today, and our vote could decide whether we secede from Trinidad or whether we stay as a united country with more powers as an autonomous Tobago.
Indeed. And of course, secession would require, an act of parliament. And certainly there are those who seek to condemn the nexus that is being made between the UNC and the PDP. But it is not far-fetched to think that if, God forbid, the PDP was successful to win the 2 seats in 2025, and the UNC would see that as an easy path to victory for them, that it's not beyond the realm of possibility for Watson Duke to, as part of a negotiation, to join them, to say, well, okay, we will give you the 2 seats, but we want secession. So once we do that, we can get rid of Tobago as an issue for you all once and for all, and therefore make it just a Trinidad fight.
Definitely, because you see, the 2 seats in Tobago is a thorn in the sides of the UNC.
Yes.
And they know once we remain united and the PNM remains relevant in Tobago, then their chances of ever seeing the government of Trinidad and Tobago is very slim. And so it really benefits both parties if they can really separate the islands. Tobago, you go your way, and Trinidad, you go your way. PDP, I would fight over here on my own, and UNC, I would fight over here on my own. And this is the dangers that, and when you look at the whole demeanor, you hear the utterances, it's no secret, it's plain as day. The UNC and the PDP, they are singing from the same hymn book. when the PDP in the general elections, UNC had PDP up on their counter. In fact, calling Tobago East already and said they're waiting on Watson to bring in Tobago East. So it's not PNM making this up. It is their claim. Look now, the PDP is wearing black, and all of a sudden, UNC moved from yellow to the black party. Mm-hmm. When you look at the playbook, when you look at the things that they are doing, it is the same very things. If you look simple as an ad I saw recently, the UNC had a campaign that called Work Nation, where they dressed up in helmets and they were there marching around. And when you look at the PDP in this election, all of a sudden they turn fix it crew, and they are in helmets. Some of them never fix nothing in their life, but all of a sudden they turn fix it crew. So it is clear. It's only Tobagonians who just hate the PNM would not admit, but it's clear that the UNC and the PDP is going along the same path, and that is why when we had the opportunity for autonomy, the PDP they had to march to the beat of the UNC, and they had to give the UNC legs to run on. So that is why after calling for the autonomy bill, they were the ones who turned around and reject that very autonomy bill. That autonomy bill, which would have given Tobago and the Tobago House of Assembly an island government with the powers to create our own laws, so that in an election like this, after whoever would have won, and you go to the legislature, you would have gone there as a legislator, because you would have been able to make laws, you would have been able to sit down and look at the things that Tobago require and be able to make laws specific to those things. And that is what we really need to move Tobago forward in a dominant. Tobago requires the legislative authority to make laws for things specific, such as investment. We right now, even in the middle of a pandemic, and people are calling for the beach. I would share with you, I want the beach open because I know my father, my parents, they look forward to going to the beach as for therapeutic reasons. And we could have said in Tobago, our situation is a bit different. Of course, the beaches are an integral part of our well-being, of our economy as well. And we could have gone and legislated and said, specific to this portion, we would allow the beach, whether it be for a period of time in the day, to be opened until the circumstances improve, etc. So we really require the legislative authority. And then when you look at us and we're saying $234 million is insignificant to move Tobago's development. So this autonomy bill would have provided us, moving us from 4.03% to a minimum of 6.8%, which on the face value is about $1.4 billion additional to help to move Tobago development needs forward. So when the PDP rejected such a bill, what the PDP really rejected was the dreams and aspirations and the development of Tobago. So I cannot see where they are saying they are interested in Tobago's development, but would have rejected the very thing that would have caused Tobago's development.
Well said. So Kelvin, in January, you would have won by the largest margin across the districts. Yes.
Yes,
so what would you attribute that? How were you able to accomplish?
Well, one of the things people may not know is that I've been silently in the background working on behalf of my community. I've been very involved from a very young age. And I've been very people-oriented, community-oriented, and I also worked with the former IWER representative, which is Mrs. Claudia Grunduke. And if you walk the length and breadth of that electoral district, people will continue to tell you how great a representative Mrs. Duke was. And I would have learned from her and her approach to representation, which is really about people, meeting people where they are, giving people that sense of hope, and always being present, accessible, inclusive, and always having that passion. So when I came on the scene, it wasn't just that Kelvin just came out of nowhere. I already had a lot of relationships with the people in the various communities. so that it was very easy for persons to know that in Kelvon Morris they can put their trust, and they know this is a young man that would really represent their dreams, their aspirations, and their issues and interests with passion, and ensure that for the most part he's able to deliver.
Very good. Now it's instructive, but you mentioned young man. Watson Duke often refers to the current chief secretary as the boy king, or the child king, in reference to Mr. Dennis's young age and so on, and perhaps, making the inference that Mr. Dennis is not suited to that position of chief secretary by virtue of his age. But Farley Augustine, I think, isn't that much older than Mr. Dennis, and Watson Duke is putting him up as he wants him to be chief secretary. We know he will just be the puppet, and it's really Mr. Duke will be pulling the strings from behind. So, what? Tell me some of the things that you have done, because all of the candidates we've spoken to so far have been mentioning the issue of youth, issues facing the youth in Tobago, and what they would like to do to address that situation from the perspective of employment, education and training and so on. So what are your intentions or your plans with respect to the youth in your district?
Well, Dominic, I will take a step back and I'll first tell you what I've done over the last 10 months, especially when it comes to youth. And I will also share with you what I'm going to do going forward. And in fact, even before the last 10 months, I would have been working with young people and one of the things I partnered with one of our leading entrepreneurs, Ms. Asha Mars, who is really, a shining light when it comes to the story of persons moving from the public service into the private sector. And she now has one of the most successful wedding and events business in the Caribbean. And she's also from my electoral district. So we would have partnered to do something called a youth entrepreneurship mentorship program. And what we would have done is we would have reached out to young persons at very different stages of business. Some now looking to start a business, some already started, and some who are really just in between starting and operating a business. Right. And we would have taken them through a 3-month course in different areas of business management and approaches to business to ensure that our business, young entrepreneurs, are properly prepared to go to the next level. And we would have also ensured that when that process was completed, they're in a position to access the different grant funding and that kind of thing to help to build their business. Because I believe that the young people have a role in building out a robust private sector in Tobago. And if you look at my electoral district, the geographical location, it is right outside of Scarborough. In fact, it includes some of the communities of Scarborough, which is like San Cecil and Mount Mary. And I'm saying we need to position our young people in business so that they can really benefit from that location, which is right outside of Scarborough, so we can do fringe business that would help spin off business from all the commerce and stuff that is coming from Scarborough. So that is one area that we're going to continue to push in a big way, that the youth entrepreneurial business mentorship, where we help as an incubator to ensure that our young people are prepared. We also have the youth training and skills database, where we identify young people and put them into training programs. In fact, even now, I'm happy that the Tobago House of Assembly and the PNM have articulated a position that says that we are going to create more apprenticeship programs. We're going to have the finishing schools and that kind of thing that would help our young men and young women to be able to develop skills that would take them throughout their lifetime. Because we're not about just giving a fish. We're about teaching young people how to fish so that they can really empower themselves. I talk about a program called HOPE, the HERO program, which is really hope, empowerment, resilience, and opportunity. preparing our young people to be able to go to the next level by providing the skills programs, the training programs, and then providing opportunities. So we have the matcher skill, which would be now, once you get your skill and you have that skill to go forward, we'll match you to opportunities within the district, within the central business district of Scarborough, so that you can be employed. It makes young people more employable. And we also will be really focusing on even home ownership. That is a big issue for young persons in the district. And we're going to have that home ownership and land program that will prepare our young people to be able to benefit from the THA's program that they're going to give over 2,000 lots in the next 4 years. And we're also going to create 300 starter homes. And I'm saying to our young people, you're going to be able to register into that database. We're going to assist you in making sure you have all the requirements to be able to qualify for land and home through the Division of Settlement. I have started a program. I'm very community oriented in terms of my approach. So we have a program, a phase beautification, and we would have started with disposable bins. So what we would have done is we would have brought together resources to purchase materials and then bring communities together in a lend-hand kind of approach that would have allowed them to build community bins. And there are some magnificent bins built. In fact, in hindsight, I said I should have had a competition to see which community would have built the most, the nicest bin. And because they really, the young men and young women would have came out and really did a magnificent job. And now we have over 6 disposable bins dispersed throughout the district: Wim, Marysville, IWER, Glen Road, Providence, and Lekoto. And that project now is really catching a pace all across Tobago. I'm seeing bins being erected, so I'm really happy that we are people that continue to take the cleanliness of our island to heart, because we boast of being clean, green, and serene. And, so I've been really in the community working. I've planned something initiative, because we're also saying food production and food security is important going forward. And we also want to encourage agribusiness and agri-entrepreneurs. So we have to plan something. So we start with encouraging persons, wherever you are, to plant something. And we will provide seedlings and that kind of support. And for the farmers who are interested in larger farming, we will tap into the different resources of the Division of Agriculture to ensure that you get farmlands, that you can plant something to make something. So we have to plant something, and then we have plant something to make something, where we're speaking specifically to the persons who want to make agriculture a way of life. So going forward, we have exciting times. I'm an athlete, I'm a sportsman. So I also intend to have, as soon as it's safe to do so, inter-district sport. We know WIM is a village that has a lot of sportsmen coming out of that village, cricketers and footballers. Same thing with Darrell Spring and Glen Road and Montpelier and Montmary. So we're going to have a calendar of events treating with sports for both boys and girls, so netball, football, cricket, and the likes. And we're going to make sure that our young people are kept busy. We have the Boba Job initiative as well, and Boba Job is really for school-age students, but upper school age, so persons in Form 5 and upper 6 who would come out during the Christmas and the long summer vacation. They would have an opportunity to Boba Job and be able to get some working experience, so that it's an easy transition even after coming out of college, or if they intend to go into the world of work directly.
Nice. Well, I was not aware all of that was taking place with respect to the youth.
That's true. Well, Kelvin been working.
Well, Kelvin, let me give you my on-the-spot question that I ask everybody who I interview. So the PNM wins on Monday. If you had your pick of division to be secretary of, what would be your choice?
Kelvin is about service. You see me, whatever office they choose to put me in, it will be about service and more service. Mm-hmm. So I've never even given it consideration if they tell me carry bring out the water, and Kelvin is also a team player. So I will do whatever is within the law and for the team. You understand? So I'm all about team, I'm all about service, and I'm all about people. The office is the last thing on my mind.
Right. Okay. I was expecting the political, politically correct answer.
But serious, but it's a serious thing, because you see, there are some people who would get into politics because they believe it's going to help them personally.
Yes.
And they lose the sight of what politics and what representation is supposed to be. So that you're not able to treat with the needs of the persons you would have signed up to serve, because you're so focused on other things. And when you look at the PDP, I'll take it to the PDP. There are a number of persons. If you ask them, what is your track record of service? I trust you, it is blank. I have my competitor is from Marysville, went to St. Michael's Anglican, which we call WIM Anglican. I went to that school as well. And I guarantee you to ask the school before that person considered running for office, what has been their involvement as an alumni in that school. And if you know the location of WIM Anglican, it's located right in Marysville, a stone throw away. A number of activities would have been there, and they were never available, never in sight. But as soon as you want office, you now pretend to bring service. And it cannot be like that.
Yes.
As soon as you want to be chief secretary, you throw out all your morals. So you're no longer good boy Farley. You're no longer Mr. Integrity Farley, who don't like thief. What you are now is a man that will sell your soul to gain the world of chief secretary. So I'm saying to you, it may sound political, but you must be about service if you really want to represent people properly. Because if you get into office and you're only about the office, then you would forget about the people.
Very true. Well, we're almost out of time, Kelvin. So let's pretend it is the final campaign on Saturday or whenever, and you are giving your final message to the people of your district. What would you want them to have on their minds as they head to the polls on Monday to cast their ballot, so that when they are in the voting booth and they're about to make that decision to put their X, what would you want them to keep on their mind with respect to Kelvin Morris?
Well, firstly, I would want them to know that the PNM's candidate in the electoral district of Darrell Spring WIM is Kelvin Morris, a young man who would have served the electoral district of Blackrock WIM Spring Garden for the last 10 months with passion, inclusivity, and accessibility. Would have ensured that even in the time of a pandemic and a 6/6 tide, that I was with them on the ground, ensuring that their basic needs were attended to. I would have signed up over 400 persons, assisted and facilitated them through the food card program of the Division of Finance. I would have assisted persons personally through our district contingency fund, over 300 families with hampers. I would have ensured that we assisted the schools with bursaries to assist the Standard 5 students. I would have ensured that we gave over 20 laptops and 20 tablet devices, to students who were in need. I would have ensured that even in the time of a pandemic and in a time when the THA was constrained in terms of its physical development program, that we had roads that were never developed. They were developed under this period. We have attended to a number of infrastructural challenges throughout the district. So Kelvin remains very representative that will work on your behalf, would continue to work with his other colleagues. And that brings me to the second point. I am backed by a party 65 years strong, stable, able, capable to continue the development thrust of Tobago, backed by a leader who has a relevant experience, both international and local, spending over 12 years in the THA, understands the THA. In fact, she would have almost served in every division of the THA. So she understands what is the requirement to take us running from day one. She does not have to ask around and shift around and try to stumble her way into leadership. She understands what is required. The People National Movement also have a very dynamic and progressive plan to take Tobago development to the next level. We have plans that speak to every sector of Tobago. When you look at our housing trust program, we're talking about over 2,000 lots and 300 starter homes. When you look at what we are going to provide for single mothers in particular, that daycare provision that would provide single mothers with that ability to have their children cared for while they go out and earn a dollar and earn training that could really empower them. We are talking about creating a division of information and technology which would revolutionize Tobago and digitize the island in a way we have never seen, making all the THA processes paperless and accessible to all of Tobago at the glimpse of a phone. So we are talking about ensuring that we develop Scarborough in a way Scarborough has never been developed before. And we're talking about really taking Scarborough, because Tobagoans have been articulated for quite some time that they really want Scarborough enhanced. We have listened and we are responding to that. And we are not just promising, but we have already accessed the funding to start that project in January of 2022. We are talking about really, when you look at creating early childhood centers, we are going to build about 5 early childhood centers so that students, again, our young mothers and young families can send their children to early childhood care for free. We are also talking about really providing the trust for young professionals as well. We are talking about giving and areas of development for Tobago, such as engineering and environment and specialist care and services in the medical field. We are talking about ensuring that even our returning young professionals, there's a space for them in the Tobago House of Assembly. And we will continue to develop Tobago and Tobagoans in a way that Tobagoans can all feel included and a part of and feel proud. So Kelvin Morris and the PNM is the only choice. Kelvin Morris and the PNM is the right choice. And of course, Kelvin Morris and the PNM are the ones that have our interests, the Tobago interests at heart, and will continue to work on behalf of the Tobago people to ensure that we protect your future and protect the interests of Tobago going forward.
Sorry, I'm not can't vote in the election, boy. Yeah. You're like, I'm a vote. Kelvin, I want to thank you for joining us this morning. It's been a most informative interview. I'm sure a lot of what you've shared with us this morning is new to many people, and I trust that it would, for those who may still be on the fence, that it would have given them that little nudge that they need going forward. So, all the best of luck to you on Monday.
Thank you, my brother.
And I look forward to Monday night when we can hear great is the PNM and we have prevailed.
And we have prevailed.
Yes.
Blessings to all of Tobago, to my electoral district, Wim people, Darrell Spring people, Glen Road, Sansas Hill, Smithfield. We're doing this together. We got this.
We got this. Elwood, have a good day.
Same to you, bro.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Back to you, Bruce.
Mm-hmm. Hey. Hey, hey, hey. I cannot wait for election morning.
So Dominic, we are going to the break in a bit. Probably have like about 5 more minutes or so before we go to the break, I think.
Okay.
And Lady Sharon said to call her, please.
Okay.
Yeah, she was trying to get on to you, so give her a shout. So, guys, that was our interview with Mr. Kelvin Morris. So, Dominic, I see you sent something there for me to again. There's 2 things, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
There's 2 or 1?
There's 2 or 1. There's 1. Oh, yes.
Yeah, it's just one thing.
Gosh, yes. I set it up and forget I set it up, you know. You want to deal with it now?
Yeah, I think it's just a minute and something.
All right, cool. So, play it one time.
Yeah.
Papa, you.
So this is the coffin that we deliver from Erin Beach to the warehouse in Port of Spain. We completed that 5-day journey just about 5 minutes ago. We reached here because we make a quick stop by the Queen's Park Savannah. So this is what this coffin symbolizes. The health minister, waste of time. Rohan Sinanan, waste of time. The Doncier Attorney General, waste of time. The man who family getting $1 million contract, waste of time. Well, the one and only Dwen. And then look, we have the head of state here, and we have the subject down here. So this is the head. This is the head up here, and this down here. Yeah, brother. This down here is just a subject, and of course, this is the funeral.
Papa, you.
See the level of disrespect that these people promote for the leadership. Regardless of how you feel about the Prime Minister, regardless of how you feel about the President and so on, at the end of the day, these are high office holders in the country, and there's a level of respect that should be afforded these offices. But clearly the UNC has no respect for office, none whatsoever. So this is the examples that they set. This is the foolishness. But they go do. It is who they are, and that's what they do best. Disrespect. Almost every office, high office in this country, they disrespect.
As per usual,
So,
As per usual. CD, we have about a minute again before we go to our break. So, hey, Father. So, guys, we're getting ready to go for a break, and when we return, we're going to open up the lines and take your calls. So, keep it locked. Street 909 FM, this is your Titans of Democracy, and we will be right back.
Hey, hey, hey. I cannot wait for election morning. I dipping down to me elbow, darling. From Slate to Canaan, we're making it through this moment. You are the reason. Higher than higher heights is our limit. No, we ain't leaving. No one behind, we will not desert you. Come on, protect the future. I know we can do this thing, yeah. So right now, we're doing something so.
Simpsons Memorial Limited, number 63 Eastern Main Road, Laventille. Internationally accredited funeral directors and embalmers. A full-service funeral home serving families of Trinidad and Tobago, and internationally since 1945. At Simpsons Memorial Limited, we serve with dignity in assisting families and honoring the memory of their loved ones. Our services include professional funeral and pre-planning, burials and cremation, custom-built and imported caskets, conference and cremation trains, cemetery management, limousines, mourners cars, grief counseling, web streaming of funerals, fully air-conditioned chapel with live musical accompaniment, full global shipping and receiving of loved ones. We specialize in facial restorations. Call us anytime, day or night, at 623-8688. That number again is 623-8688. Simpsons Memorial Limited. Superior service, always with excellence.
Take me to the king. I don't have much to bring.
From the studio to the stage, every Friday between 3 to 4 p.m. Right here on the street, 919 FM. Radio you can see. Log on to our Facebook and YouTube so you can see live interviews and performances from some of our very own local superstars. Right here on the street, 919 FM.
Open road songs we know, cruising to nowhere. Free your mind, just recline and go with the flow. Who needs a plan? Take my hand, our stories will find us. My shiny caravan, there's nowhere that I'd rather be than any place with my shiny caravan. There's nowhere that I'd rather be than any place with you.
Shandy Carrot, refreshed for life.
Step into a world of opportunities at CTS College, where education is beyond the academics. Winner of over 50 world prizes, as well as a CTT Student Support Services Award. CTS College is your choice for quality education, guaranteed to unlock your true potential. Internationally recognized degree programs. Choose a degree that is right for you. Come in for your free career guidance session and start your future today. CTS College, 671-2551, or visit our website, ctscbcs.com.
Something extraordinarily exciting is happening all over the country. The Multiplier X Effect.
NLCB Scratch players have been extremely ecstatic as they can maximize their winnings up to 17.5 million in cash with the new Multiplier Trio of Games.
For just $10, $20, and $50, play the trio of 10X, 20X, and 50X games for a chance to win your way to 17.5 million in cash and up to 45 chances to win.
The new Multiplier Trio. Play all three and multiply the excitement today. Players must be 18 years and older. Please play responsibly.
Bring the songs, bring the laughter, bring the gifts, bring the partner, bring the runs, bring the coasters, bring the glass and the chasers. Christmas will be brighter when we all get together. Sharing plans and mixing flavors with the ones from Memphis to pour a drink and bring the joy. Raise your glass and bring the joy. Make a toast and bring the joy. Yeah, bring the joy. Make this a Christmas like no other. Bring the joy with Angostura Rums.
It's Extra Foods Plenty for 20 season to remember with savings. Swiss macaroni 5 for $20. Best dried pigeon peas 4 for $20. Carrots per pack 5 for $20. Blue Band margarine 3 for $20. American Classic Cola 2 liter 3 for $20. Sunshine Nutty Flakes 12 for $20. Holiday Tortillas 7 for $20. And Fruit Juices apple or orange 9 for $20. Yes, it's the season for Plenty for 20 specials, and sale runs November 26th to December 6th. Extra Foods, always extra for less.
Welcome the Christmas holidays this year with quality and attractive furniture from Stylus Furniture Limited. 2 locations, 51 Rushwood Street, San Fernando, and 101 Crackness Village in Princestown. Select from a wide range of contemporary furniture to enhance your homes. Now open on Sundays from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Call today, 652-2542. Season's greetings to all our customers and friends from Stylus Furniture Limited. Stylus Furniture Limited. For this time in you.
Every child is incredibly intelligent. Parents, reach higher. Be stronger. Join Olive Rice Club, producer of the IBG line of educational products, right here every Thursday morning at 11:15. Get the genius out of the children. Hear how you can work with the IBG phonic program and see your children learn at least 200 times faster. Remember, IBG guarantees rapid progress for champions to turn this nation around. It's right here on 91.9 FM every Thursday morning at 11:15. For more info, call 336-3896 or 725-READ.
After all the talk during the week, don't switch off on the weekend and keep it on the street. It's classic soca and classic kaiso when you're liming with the live wire on Saturdays from 5 to 7 p.m. only on the street 919 FM.
Turn your lights down low and listen to the Master's Radio.
The Church of the Firstborn Assembly of number 399 Eastern Main Road, Waiko Sangre Grande, is pleased to present Pastors Morris and Agnes Johnson and guest. Sundays, Tuesdays, and Friday night, Sunday Ministry of Worship, Children Hour, and the Word from 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. Tuesdays, see Jesus in every book of the Bible from Genesis to Revelation from 9 p.m. and Friday night, 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. all night prayer for our nation. Tell your neighbors, tell your friends, tell everyone. For further information, visit with us at www.churchofthefirstbornassembly.org or on Facebook. Email us at church668hope@gmail.com or call us at 753-1113 or 236-7271. Your free gifts and offerings will be greatly appreciated at Church of the Firstborn Assembly, account number 795222 at the First Citizens Bank.
Get in touch with God. Turn your radio on.
Here are the PNM's plans for Tobago's youth. New degree programs in THTI in agriculture, fisheries, tourism business, and cultural management, providing brand new opportunities.
PNM, we getting it done. We building it up.
Partnerships with COSTAT and USC to facilitate all nursing training to be conducted in Tobago by 2023.
We getting it done. PNM, we building it up. PNM.
Securing your future by ensuring young Tobagonian professionals are hired within the THA within their speciality.
We getting it done. We building it up. PNM.
We will provide grants to young agri-entrepreneurs of 18 to 35 years to start their own business up to $100,000.
PNM.
We will establish scholarships to students who demonstrate an interest in construction and other vocational areas.
PNM. We getting it done. We building it up. PNM.
The reintroduction of trade schools to teach and certify youth interested in the trade. Graduates will be trained in business and given a startup grant.
We getting it done. We building it up. PNM.
We will establish a Better Business Advice Bureau, providing free consultancy to small businesses with assistance creating loans, investor marketing, and more.
We getting it done. We building it up. PNM.
The PNM has plans for the future of Tobago's youth. So on December 6th, vote PNM.
PNM.
This is the Street 919 FM COVID-19 updates. In case you missed it, the latest COVID positive cases in TNT as of December 1st, 2021 stands at new positive cases 658, total active cases 10,956, total recovered patients 58,886, total positive cases for COVID-19 as of March 2020 to present 72,019. Follow the Ministry of Health COVID-19 protocols. Wear your mask, sanitize, social distance, and avoid gatherings. A message from the Street 919 FM.
The Street 91.9 FM brings you today's tips to improve your financial literacy. Improving your financial literacy is a never-ending endeavor that needs to be prioritized. As you work on improving your financial literacy, it's important to continue your momentum. Here are your tips. Live within your means. This is one that you've likely heard time and time again, and for good reason, because of how important important it is and the significance it can have on your retirement plan. If you want to avoid taking on debt, going broke, and pushing back your chances of retiring at a reasonable age, then it is in your best interest to make sure that your overall spending is less than what you are earning to make sure you are not jeopardizing your financial future. It's always easier said than done, but it's also much easier to practice when you stick to your values and don't worry about how others are spending their money. That was your financial tip brought to you by The Street 91.9 FM.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
Yo, this is your boy Ziggy Rankin, and right now you're listening to the Titans of Democracy. You don't know. Real talk.
Take the mass of repair. All we want from Christmas is to take the mass of repair. All we want for Christmas is to take the mass of repair. All we want for Christmas is to take the mass of repair. Every day I pray for God to heal this world. If man don't change, we will continue to suffer.
So welcome back. The music you're hearing in the background is the lovely Miss June Smith. Yes, it's a new Parang song for 2021. Good morning, Miss June. I hope you're doing fine this morning. So just a bit of information for you before I do that. Let me say happy belated anniversary to Michael and Sharon O'Connor, celebrating 29 years, their golden anniversary. And also happy birthday to Dave O'Connor and Otis O'Connor. Is coming from their entire family. Tobagonians, it's the merriest time of the year. Christmas at Lowlands Mall, Tobago's #1 shopping and entertainment destination. This Saturday, December 4th, come and enjoy pianist Jared Balfour, vocalist Shanika and Yolanda. Music by DJ Journey and Sweet Parang from El Corazon de Parang. And it all starts from 3 p.m. Also, big Christmas savings from most stores and sumptuous choices from the food court. Christmas is yours at Lowlands Mall. We continue worship on IWER stage with the National Congress of Incorporated Spiritual Baptist Organization of Trinidad and Tobago, Liberation 2021, who continues to celebrate the 70th anniversary of the repeal of the Shouters Prohibition Ordinance of 1951. This Thursday, today, the 2nd of December, 2021 at 6:30 p.m. Our guests are the St. Tobias Spiritual Baptist Church of the Spiritual Metaphysics under the leadership of Bishop Earl Peer, courtesy His Eminence Patriot Dr. Stephen F. Julian. So remember, we are streaming live on Facebook at the Street 909 FM's Facebook page, also on YouTube at IWER TV. Deck your home with a 55-inch smart TV. Just purchase your DirecTV prepaid kit and enjoy an instant gift of free installation. Then activate and top up 30 days to be eligible for the grand prize. You'll be dashing through the shows all season long with DirecTV prepaid. Remember, the promotion ends on December 17th. Do you know your legal rights? Do you have burning legal questions you always wanted the answers for? Then let's talk legal. Join us right here on the Street 909 FM as we discuss legal information and administration at its finest. Every Monday from 11:15 a.m. to 11:45 a.m. and Thursdays from 10:05 a.m. to 10:35 a.m. as we discuss matters pertaining to you. Let's Talk Legal is brought to you by Dale Daniel and Associates, legal administrative firm. Let's Talk Legal, democratizing law, right here on the Street 909 FM every Monday from 11:15 a.m. and Thursday from 10:05 a.m. D.L. Daniel and Associates are located on Taylor Street, Woodbrook, and our opening hours are from 9 to 5 a.m. p.m., sorry. 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Welcome the Christmas holiday this year with quality and attractive furniture from Stylus Furniture Limited. Our 2 locations, 51 Rushwood Street, San Fernando, and 101 Cragnish Village in Princestown. Select from a wide range of contemporary furniture to enhance your homes. Now open on Sundays from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. You can call at 652-2542. That's 652-2542. Season's greetings to all our customers and friends from Stylus Furniture Limited. Stylus Furniture Limited, for the style in you. So guys, welcome back. And at this time, Dominic, we open up the lines, correct?
Yes, but I'm just seeing a picture with Mr. Duke and a prominent UK attorney by the name of John Hendy, who happens to be, his specialty is in labor law. Ooh. And in particular, he goes by the title of let's see if I get it here, right? I don't want to, he is some top dog for trade unions. Okay. And so I'm asking, is Mr. Hendy here based on his own finances, or was he brought here by the PDP? Ooh. And if so, with what funding, and what is his purpose here? Is it that they are consulting with him to perhaps see if there are many legal legs to stand on to reduce the size of the THA workforce? Is that the purpose of Mr. Hendy's consultancy? I just ask him. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yes, timing is everything.
Yes. I have a call here. Caller, good morning.
Good morning, Lucy.
Good morning, 1285. How are you this morning?
Good morning, Dominic.
Morning.
All I want for Christmas is my CDs from Boosie. I thought to make you laugh too. Good morning to my mother, Tanapuna, who called yesterday. It touched my heart there, but I want to tell you to be strong, because you cannot give up and we not give it. So you had to be just strong. I went through it for 4 years, and I could tell you. I won't go through details because everybody wants to listen, but I want to tell you, my mother, Tanapuna, stay strong, because you can always lean on us. Sharon teaches us that we are there for one another. The Titans is forever. You understand? We don't give up. Right? We fight, and we come back strong again. Okay?
Yes.
We start to say good morning now.
Go ahead, my dear. Go ahead.
Good morning to Mr. Malcolm, Miss Gemma, Miss Andy, Miss Thomas, Mr. Romano, Maura, Miss Gloria, William Pierre, Miss Monica Paul, our special friends of the Titans, and Miss Diane Smith. And all the Tobago Titans and all the rest. Not forgetting my guru, Mr. Chan, my educational officer. I'm a boy, I watch Sharon tell us. Right, so I laugh no. All the rest of Titans, so I forget, I looked on and I listened. Monday was my husband's birthday, and I couldn't even get in. You understand? So, pick them up this morning from a piece. I looked on and I said, no matter who, I will call you. You know, I just deal with you. All right, Dominic, darling, don't study boots there, I'm going.
Oh, gosh. Caller, good morning. Hello,
morning,
good morning. Morning.
Morning. Dominic, morning.
Morning, sir.
Yeah, calling. I know Bruce just touched on the people this morning. But I remember something you touched on, and I was seeing it since yesterday and the day before. So this morning, when he texted with Mr. Griffith, we say that he have a text that, that election could call in the morning and all
that snap election, yeah.
Oh, snap election. No, this is a commissioner of police. Oh, this is how dangerous these players and them is. This is a commissioner of police who was privy to how do you call it again? I forget the word review, but privy to sensitive information, right? Now you out there talking these kind of talk. Now he must be bluffing. We know, right? I text on the Prime Minister, but I know the Prime Minister also have a real thing on him. So I know for sure, and it's have a lot of things we know that was taking place. We're looking kind of sketchy with him. So this kind of talk he's trying to do, and rising up the public, because you hear when he said, I was listening to an Aisha program some days ago, where he's telling them that how this law is Japonian law, and this law with commissioner had to give how do you call it again? For March and them kind of thing, and he gave out all lying to the public, You understand what I'm saying, Bruce? Lying to the public, because I see when they went down in Mova when the lady did get killed, and he is saying that they are giving they didn't give things for March and all this kind of thing. No, and they had to check it. No, these people are them real. These people are them real, Bruce. Bruce, we live in a society. These are dangerous, man, because this man gives a lot of information on things that happen, and I know this man could cause a lot of problems too, right? So Larry, as West was saying, these fellas look like once a UNC, remain a UNC, because that is nasty habits of the UNC. I just want to say this. I want to thank you for allowing me this contribution, but we have to watch this man and we're going with these kind of things.
Yeah,
right?
man. Yeah, man. Thanks.
Yeah. All right.
Caller, good morning.
Hi, morning, Bruce.
Hey, morning, Jenny. How you doing?
Okay, morning, Dominic.
Morning, Jen.
I'm here about your daddy. You okay?
Yeah. Doing good, man.
All right, nice to hear. That there's a line that was crossed yesterday with what happened at that mall in Tobago. A line that is never crossed. Normally, you just get talk to the police, they might use some obscene whatever, but you see that actually attacking the police. And let's say it's a police officer who don't normally wear police uniform, and almost having a neck lock and you see that is a line that those PDP persons with PDP jerseys on would have crossed. And I want to tell the people of Tobago, if they're listening, that is the kind of behavior you all have to expect if you all vote for Watson Duke and PDP to be in the THA. That is the behavior you're all going to get, and it's going to get worse than that. Because he has no order. His way to deal with things is chaos and bacchanal confusion, fighting, and have these people loyal to him, supporters loyal to him who will do anything on his behalf. So you all need to think carefully about what you all doing on December the 6th. Because take it from us in the PSA, we were talking about his behavior a long time, but people weren't really listening to us. But because he became a politician, and now that there's this situation that arises in January, the 6th and all that, I think that there's people are actually listening to what we have been saying. Because I'm seeing the speakers, and they have a lot of information about PSA and about Watson Duke and all that has always been there. I'm happy it's coming out now so people will actually see what has been happening in PSA and that it will not be replicated in the THA. With regards to that, I'm seeing going about, and there seems to be some QC or something like that, whatever, if I'm to go by what they are saying. Watson Solomon Duke has always said that he's going to get a QC because he has appealed the conviction for false in Salam and Arima. He has said it, and so if you're feeling that, you have to go Privy Council and that. So he has always said Queen's Council. So I'm not surprised. Not my surprise. I'm wondering whether or not it's PSA money has.
Okay, just so. What? The phone, just so the phone started about network busy, yes? I understand that. First time I see now, Dominic. Jen, you got to call me back, darling. I know.
Call back, Jenny. Call back.
Don't really take place there. I ain't too sure. Caller, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Bruce Wayne. I'm Dominic. How are you going there?
We good. How are you doing?
I doing good so far. Yeah?
Nice.
I want to shout out to Tobago, Mongrays, to tell them be careful and go out and vote. Yeah.
Yes.
And I would like to call on the Titan, Manu, Sharon, Mommy Sauce, wherever you all are. Good morning, everybody. And Merry Christmas. Okay? Bye-bye. Have a nice day.
You too, darling. Take care.
Okay, then. Take care of yourself out there.
Yes.
All right.
Yes, Jen. Morning.
Morning again. I don't know
Yes.
this TXPT phone, they said upgrade them, but they have a mine on their own. I would like my old route to 3 phone, you ring wrong. When current phone, it doesn't have the phone. As I was saying, Watson Solomon Drew by now, Toby Gonian supposed to know he cannot be trusted. In my opinion, he seems like if it's a cult kind of situation he wants to create with the PDP, because that is his party. That party don't have an executive, that is his own. So he could tell if Fali and them behave a particular way he don't like, he could just remove them and put more people because it's his party. That party has no democracy, and he's the one who always like to talk about dictatorship, but he's the biggest, in my mind, based on his behavior, biggest dictator, and he like to call people master child. And he, to me, is the biggest master child, because you went on, if like QC, you're going for light skin again. Why ain't get a person who look like you? You have to go to England and bring along a colored man. So it's an impression he put in Tobago that all these white people there, because I heard it's not just this man alone, it have others are moving wrong, so people get this idea, oh gosh, white people support him. And it's a psychological thing. And Watson Solomon Duke is good on playing on people's psyche. But Tobago, as I leave again, do not be fooled. Watson Solomon Duke is a facade. What you see is it has nothing behind it and around it. He knows nothing. He is a puppet. It has somebody pulling his string. He does just play in something. He's not in nothing. He's uneducated in my mind based on his conversation. He's ignorant and he's a consummate dunce. I continue to say that to Tobago. December the 6th. Know what all they're doing? All the children's future is at stake. The future of Tobago is at stake. And before I go here, man, say, if God forbid, Watson Drew getting THA, be packing up all the things from Tobago and come in Trinidad and live. That is it. That's how dread this thing is. You all have a blessed day and reach home safely.
Yes, thank you. Caller, good morning.
Hey, Bruce, morning.
Morning.
You guys there, boy?
Hey, what's going on?
Yeah, okay. Listen, I hear you one talking about Watson Drew and how he's an ignorant that done and what. But yet still, the same people putting him forward is making progress in life. I don't like him at all. I ain't supporting him. But the fact of the matter is that he's so done and he's so this and he's so that. But he's making production in life, in terms of his life. He's wealthy, he's in position, and so on. Right? And it's these same people who putting him there. You understand what I say?
Yeah.
Right. Have a good morning.
Yeah, man. And it's true. Yeah, it's true. Ah, boy. So, guys, you can call us up 342-008-146-653-91. Dominic, I have a question there for you, But I'm not going to ask you that question on here. I will send it via a message.
All right.
Yes, guys, so the lines are open. Where am I? Right. Caller, good morning.
Morning, Dominic. Morning, Bruce.
Morning.
Jenny is so right with Watson. She is so right with Watson. Yes, and also, yes, the party is his party, but the people, where the people came from, is people from TOP, NAR, DAC. Those are the people, all the people who joined together. Because the screening committee was made up of people from top like Ashworth Jack. Have people from the NAR. I think one of them was Pam Nicholson's sister. All of them who were on the screening committee. So it's really his party in truth. And I saw some pictures circulating with Watson with this half-white or whoever this man is. And he was in that picture is in my district, outlining the fort. That's the fort. That's Fort Bennett. And I want to know, why is he outlining the fort to this gentleman?
So what he have, I wonder what he have intention of doing with that fort when or if, God forbid, he should get in office. That kind of pink monkey wouldn't see.
Thank you. Caller, good morning.
Good morning, Dominic and Bruce.
Morning.
Yes, the caller before it was correct that Watson Duke is getting very popular. But you see the way he's doing it, he's fooling the people. And Watson Duke is going to fall very hard. Trust what I say. It's simple, it's basic life and physics, common sense. I've seen what happened to George Chambers. How much George did not get details. I see what happened to Diana Robinson. I've seen what happened to Basio Pandey. And I've seen what happened to Patrick Manning. Remember what happened to Patrick Manning when he went back to Balize House? How they run him? Watson Duke is worse than all of them. When you look at his background, what did he do? Watson Duke, to me, when I see Watson Duke, if I have to deal with Watson Duke in any business, I'll be looking out for schemes. And I'm looking out for dreams. And that's what he's doing. He's selling people dreams and on schemes. As a smart man. Bruce, remember a long time, around Christmas time, especially if you're hanging out by a large bar on South Sea, down to the port, the Caricom jetty, you just have people coming around and selling whiskey. When you open it Christmas morning, it's green tea water. That is what Duke is doing. He's peddling these untruths. You don't know what I'm talking about. He's one of them first and them who will sell you and tell you it's a gold chain, gold, and you're buying guilt. Well, the normal tongue people know these guys and them, they know what they're about, so they know we don't get catch like that. But what they do is they go at certain people, they go out, they look, they spike you out and they go after you. And that is what Farley is getting there, you know. A gold chain, so I look at gold chain night, but you go now, just give me that faith, man. It's good, you know. No, watch it there. And you that fake test and tell you it's good, and they tell you that. When you're going home now, a couple of days after it started to turn, you realize you get scammed. And this is exactly what happened there. But he's going to fall. He's going to fall, trust me. I telling all you, nobody's speaking about the victim of Watson Duke's case and how that will affect the person's life. And this is what I'm so angry about the women in the PDP. And everybody's screaming out and talking about women being brutalized and how the thing in there, but you already putting up somebody who have questions to answer. You're not even sure if he's going to win that. Thank you very much. And that woman have a strong case, and let me tell you something. And you see in the court, once you go in a court against a woman, if you do have your facts and your things straight to be necessary doubt, well, you're in real trouble. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Caller, good morning.
Bruce, I don't usually respond to callers, right? But I will make an exception for Watson Solomon Duke. When I said the word ignorant, I mean unsophisticated. When I say consummate dunce, it doesn't have an understanding of things that are sophisticated. And because he's successful with the things that he has, that doesn't mean to say he's not a consummate dunce or that he's not ignorant. But if you're watching the things he get, and you're all seeing how we get these things, it's by lying, it's by cheating, it's by smart man, it's all that. And if that is what people want to emulate and say he's successful, well then you know we're in a really bad place. So when I say Watson Solomon Duke is ignorant, he's unsophisticated. If you sit with him to have an interview or intellectual conversation, he cannot have it. He uses words, he doesn't understand the meaning of the words, and he doesn't even know what they mean. I am not saying academics is the only thing, because there are plenty of people that go through all the formal things, but they have a grasp and understanding of the English language. He does not. And because of that, it makes him even more dangerous because he uses charisma, he uses charm, and he used that bravado kind of way to draw people to him. That's why I say he's a facade.
No,
so
but
there's
Jenny,
nothing behind it.
I think what was misunderstood there is that Needles was agreeing with you, but what he was saying is that all in all, with everything that is happening, Watson Duke is still making himself successful. So there's what he was trying to say, that when it comes down to it, it really comes down to us, the people, and what we do with our votes. That is what he meant by it now. He was agreeing with you. He was agreeing because he doesn't like the individual himself. He said so. So that's what really take place there. Yeah, no problem. There's no problem. There's no problem.
Me, and from the time you start to talk about the successful, but I will say as I go again, this history has been littered with people like him. It had James Jones. It had this pastor about 2 months ago in Jamaica. It had Jeffrey Downer, the one who is the serial killer. It has Charles Manson. It always has littered with persons like that. People are attracted sometimes to people who exude this kind of power and abusive way because they themselves have come out of some abusive situation in their life that they gravitate to abuse. It's unfortunate, but that's why he's a predator. And he looks at his prey and he knows what they need. They want money, they want power, position, and you're willing to put aside all your morals and ethics. You will lie wrong, Duke, and he will love you for that. So Needles, my darling, I meant no disrespect by coming out and saying it back. Have a blessed day.
Take care. Caller, good morning. Nice. Oh, I lost it. Call me back. Caller, good morning.
Hey, morning, boy, Big Bruce, boy.
Hey, morning, big brother. What's going on?
I ain't going nowhere, man.
Well, I know. We don't ask you when you come back,
No, me going to be listening, you know what I mean? Dominic, what you seeing, brother?
I am good, sir. Morning.
Dominic, morning, boy. Well, it's a big thing. You gotta get the big sister. She space. I ain't vexed with nobody, or the other thing. I just waiting to see where's the results in Tobago. And from the time in biblical days, people choose Barabbas in front of Christ. You can't equate success that somebody, a lot of people who do dishonest things and ill-gotten gains have been successful.
Yeah.
Pablo Escobar was successful. Dolce was successful. It have plenty businessmen who exploit themselves to the top, not paying the taxes, pauperizing the workers. So you can't, the fact of happening, it is human nature. And it's a cultural thing too. You see hate and envy. I hate you so much, Bruce. Alright. I envy you so much. I rather put a total stranger and somebody incompetent in that position where you are in. As human beings. And it's very synonymous with the African race. Right? We don't intend to see the bigger picture and the family aspect. That's part of our history. So they're looking at, if you ask all of them, we want change. They're talking about change, Dominic. They're talking about 21 years and all of that. But they can't, I don't have a problem with that. But you can't tell me change, I put out and change for anything at the side of the road. It must be credible, it must be honest and decent. But the hate of the PNM, right, and the hate is so strong from the LCDs coming up the road, right, and they see at any vehicle they're looking up on board to lick up a next black man. And that's basically it. You understand? Because they can't give no justifiable reason why you're going and exalt a man like that with no credibility, a man with a long rap sheet, Fali only lying. And it's just that, it's hate. And that's envy and hate. So as I say on the 6th, we will see exactly where, if the biblical story is real, Barabbas in front of Christ. But the damage, when the damage is done, sometimes the damage is done so great, Bruce and Dominic, that is unrepairable. And if it's not only unrepairable, it takes many, many years and generations to repair, because when you deplete and you stymie progress and to get forward, and you mash up that synergy and that unity and that whatever and that strength, You know, some of them is it's so great. But I waiting and I watching and see because they say that they go fix it. Watson you present himself as that is the family and he's the man to get rid of the PNM and we don't care who he is. He's one of we and I do business and I rather kick down my brother. I don't care what you do for me and what you give me and I just said it's hate and envy. So we go see how it goes. We see hate and envy or shower over love and common sense. So fellas, why listening? I never.
Yeah, man. Call up. Yeah, keep losing this call. And so, Grim Trace, I feel that as you call me back. I'm not taking no more. I'm not taking no calls unless it's you, so Grim Trace. Call me back. Caller, good morning.
Hey, good morning. Good morning.
Morning.
It always have a hate for the PNM since 1986. And it's getting worse because there are people who was there under the DLP in the 70s are feeding this hate to the children and grandchildren. So every time the PNM in power, it will always be harder for them because they have old folks who still around telling them about O'Halloran and all these people and them. So let me go to the Tobago now. The Tobago people and them always have a problem with the PNM since the days of Robinson. And when people talking ignorant on the TV and hearing them, it's really the older heads, you know. They must be from a long time. So when they start to talk about they want to get rid of the PNM and we have our own, it's just a hate, you know. And when you are hate, you don't think because your mind is always be crowded with hate in the system. We go going on today in Trinidad. It's come on, them a lot of young people. These are people since the days in the 80s. So they always have a hate. Look, Saddam Hussein just born the other day. He's not an old man, he's a young boy. But what they put in their head, so they always have this thing that PNM party never liked other people. And it's PNM who put them there. And what's new, can always have energy because of people like them who giving them energy. That way he will always flourish and he will always prosper. That would the last man say. Kamala them will always prosper because there's people like we so giving them energy. How did they ever give a man energy when he was the election in 2010? People spotted him and they cussing him by the house. But they look at Pandy and these people, I'm like, God, we have to put common sense into our head to get to realize that they're using us to kill out one another, to fight on one another. Look what's going on right now. Who think was in the forefront in Savannah, Port of Spain? Was we, and the ones of them who was on the Facebook talking to go and hide behind. But they're using us black, because black people black people are very emotional in these certain things. And they're putting us in the forefront. Where was Kamala when this was going on? Where was Munilal? Where were all UNC people and them who was MPs in the parliament? They was not there. But they will use the inch with the color of our skin to make the noise because we like to talk and we like to drama. Black people are emotional people, and when we are emotional, we don't think. And when we do the wrong thing, we just say after, you know, I should have known what I've done too late. We rather destroy our empire and crumble it to the ground. And when it crumbles and falls, then we just say, you know, I should have think before I go and do that. We have to stop making these mistakes, and we're still making these mistakes because the media demonize us. They say the prime minister is a rapist. When they say the prime minister is a rapist, what they're trying to say is all the black men are rapists. Because the late Samarad say black boys in Tobago like white women and like to rape. So when you throw that into Tobago face now, and you call them Watson Duke a rapist, you call them Fally a rapist, you call them all black people a racist, but they so hate the PNM so much that they don't care what they do. So the aim is to get rid of the PNM and live like fools in the paradise. Have a good morning.
Thank you. Caller, good morning.
A blessed morning, Mr. Bruce the Boss Swain.
Morning, my brother, morning.
Morning, Mr. Dominic. Hello, Mr.
Morning.
Locked on all loyal listeners and callers on the live. Mr. Dominic, I wonder if this one passed straight over your head. Yesterday, that shows that a magistrate is obsessed with the lawyers who representing Mr. Ramlogan and Mr. Ramdeen, because since 2017, the case is before the court, and it have been put off ever so often. Up to yesterday, I think was Wednesday or Tuesday, it came to court, and well, she said that she's fed up, and they are giving a date February 28th for the whether or not Miss Pamela Elder, who is negotiating with the DPP right now. Because I don't know why she have to talk with the DPP for 4 years up to this present time for, because the case must go to court. She could do what she wants and let them defend themselves. And Mr. Watson Duke, the same thing goes to he too. He is before the court, and I wonder when is his court day, because the only person who is suffering right now is the victim, who people might think saying, oh God, is water under the bridge right now because so much years passed. Please, Mr. Judiciary, Law Association, all you get these matters before the court and let people know justice have prevailed. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And Dominic.
Yes, sir. I did see that story where basically the DPP's office wanted to bypass the preliminary inquiry and have the matters dealt with one time in the High Court, since the charges were laid indictably. But the defense for both Mr. Ramlogan and Mr. Ramdeen are inclined to go through the preliminary inquiry process in order to establish a prima facie case to have the matter then go to the High Courts. Okay. If they go that way, then this is going to be tied up in the court for many, many years, because we know how long preliminary inquiries can take. So it's just a delay tactic to keep their clients out of jail for as long as they possibly can, or perhaps hope that 2025 comes along and maybe the UNC somehow gets back into office. Then, when they use whatever power they have to deal with that. Yeah.
Caller, good morning.
Good morning, Bruce.
Morning.
Morning, Dominic.
Morning.
I want to talk to them young Tobagonians. From 2010 to 2014, Kamala's Prime Minister was Mama Claus in the country at Christmas time, distributing toys, especially in them Canefield areas. All you was never considered. And when asked, she tell all you, reindeers can't swim. Just remember that. When voting, leave she there, put Duke too in the black coffin and let them rest in peace. Our God.
Thank you. Ooh la 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 la. Yeah. So guys, continuing to take your calls. Caller, good morning.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Hey, morning.
Dominic, morning.
Morning, sir.
How was the skydiving?
Oh, it was fantastic.
I have to try that, my brother. But anyhow.
Yes. You
have to understand, and I said a couple months ago, why you think they're balling, call the election. I had a man, as I heard from you, years ago had a man depositing, you want to deposit 50,000 a day, and had a man depositing 49,500 in Scotia in Sawa, Republic in Sawa, and then he leaves Sawa, he go to Tong, and then he leave Tong, he go to Martin for a man to pay off a house. Who was that man? Not our past Attorney General? Right. So think about it. We have 4 people. A man who get a royal castle, and I wouldn't call the others, you know the others, and a woman and 2 others. And we are 2 famous ones. They've been fighting extradition and using the same system for nearly 30 years. And when they got into office, what they give in Section 34? So what do you expect to happen? Why you think they're bowling call the election? Because they can't continue this for too much longer, because the Attorney General wants to take away the same thing that you talk about, where you call it, Dominic? Because that was a discussion in the Parliament. So they are using that tactics with the intention that the stupid ones who went to Tong yesterday that is going to drop down just now would get us to vote for them. In order that they would give, well, you know what the section they go call that, you know. And I don't think we will be able to march after that, like how we march against Section 34. That ain't going to happen this time. Because the past Attorney General have a little more sense and have a little more money to spend than them fellas and them. Because remember, he knows the law. And you see who is the lawyer, right? People out there wake up, please. This election what them fighting in Tobago is not about governance and betterment for Trinidad and Tobago, you know. It's to avoid, they tell me about the Holland and Privat, and I have a man had a company called SAS going to the same place where Holland and Privat dead. So I could say Holland and Privat dead now. I have a man I could call named Mamu had a company. Was it SAS? Right. So my conversation now, when all they find Mamu to bring back my 400 million for Anderson on the Beatum, so some of them people on the Beatum could be working in the waste treatment plant. And they were going on, them billing that for 400 million to go and give a man a contract, a foreigner, for we to buy water from me. You know that? That was actually between a local man here, you know, the same thing happened with the water treatment plant. What his name was? Karamat Construction. You remember when they went to my Karamat Construction, son, what they find? Ganja, guns, mushrooms. And here we go, before they leave office, they extend the contract till 20 So who do they care about, fellas? People that wake up, please. Dominic, Bruce Wayne, enjoy your day.
Take care, man. Bless. Caller, good morning.
Morning, Bruce again. Morning, Dominic.
Hey, man, how are you doing?
Well, let me tell you, it will never stop. And the whole thing about it is to prevent them from going to jail. I call this the Sowerman. They're afraid jail and they like money. All about this is jail, they're afraid of going, you know. Because just imagine only in jail and only the bed among everybody, be naked among everybody, and the skinny little piece of pudding that only used to try to tell yourself, only sharing and all kind of things. Is jail different? Jail. All that big thing about Tobago and this, and if they get a hand in Tobago, they hold on to Trinidad, because what you or whoever it is going to handle, because you don't like paying them bad, you don't like paying them, so you will do anything. Sell over to the devil. Remember the people said they go sleep with the devil to be in power. Nobody don't know the devil, you know, they don't know Duke is the devil, nothing at all. So they better be careful. Tobago people, all you remember, they don't want to give all your money at all. Too much money was for Tobago. They said that money could have spent in Barcon, Princess Town, find that bar and all kind of things. Tobago people, this is the last time I'm talking to all you watch all your P's and Q's. P and Q, remember the Q have a little kind of tail in it, eh? So be careful. Be careful. And you say morning to friend the big name, morning Jackie and Jackie, good morning to everybody who didn't tell morning. Miss Faizabad, Miss Friday, everybody, good morning. Just remember Christmas coming, all you put all your bag by the gate. I have a bag by the gate, I'm looking to see if I get two rosog inside it. The bag. Because we can't give nobody nothing, but give somebody something today. You never know what might happen tomorrow. God.
So guys, that's basically all the time we have for today. The word for today is compassion. I trust the power of compassion. I feel compassion when I recognize all people as beloved children of God, deserving of humane treatment and respect. I do my part by responding to each person I meet with compassionate understanding. But sometimes that doesn't feel like enough when the needs of the world's people are so great. When I feel overwhelmed, I extend my compassion beyond those who need help to include others who are called to be of service. Today I give compassionate energy to those who work to alleviate suffering and lift up people who struggle. I bless them in their work, sending waves of appreciation and prayers of strength, affirming that they are provided emotional and material support as they serve those who need them. When he saw the crowds, he had compassion for them. Matthew 9:36. So guys, that's all the time we have for today. It was a pleasure being in your company. It was a pleasure having you in ours. And Mr. Dominic Romain.
Yes, sir. I am off to, I have one item left on my bucket list, and that is, so I will be heading to the shooting range shortly.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
I can't do it in Trinidad. I have FUL, but I don't need that here.
I hear you, brother. Oh, gosh. So, guys, the Titans will be in full bloom on Sunday.
Yes.
So,
Central, we're going to take a rain check on the corruption for next Sunday, right? Because this Sunday we had to deal with the Tobago election. So don't worry. I am very anxious.
Oh, gosh. Dominic, as we say, my friend.
Ciao.
We out of here.
Here are the PNM's plans for sports. A marina will be delivered by 2025, establishing Tobago as a premier destination for international boating events.
PNM, we getting it done. We building it up.
The hosting of at least 6 international sporting tournaments annually, providing a direct benefit to a vast majority of workers.
We getting it done. PNM, we building it up. PNM.
The establishment of surfing tourism hubs at Hope and Lambo, expanding job opportunities.
We getting it done.